Your favorite artist will be on the categories contesting to be the best out of the rest. Grab your phone, smartphone, Mlika Mwizi, and let's vote for favorite local talent to the limelight. Waito Music Awards. We are the legends of Nyanza. The Kuria Nation, are you ready for this? Grab yourself together and prepare to vote your favorite artist on the Waito Music Awards, happening from 19th April 2024, traversing to May 31st. Your favorite artist will be on the categories contesting to be the best out of the rest. Grab your phone, smartphone, Mlika Mwizi, and let's vote for favorite local talent to the limelight. Waito Music Awards. We are the legends of Nyanza.
What a great morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is at the crack of the dawns. Call me Ocheng Geoffrey Onyango. BTV Kenya Live calls upon you. Today, this morning, as usual, we are going just to make it right on the newspaper review as usual. And of course, today, the number of issues that have actually accrued into the country and the outside. I'm also very ready. I know it was so hot yesterday. Today, it's more hotter than it was before. Good morning and welcome. One and on the first segment, I'm going just right to see into some of the alleged issues based on various newspapers that I'm going to have today for you from whichever place you're watching from. My audience, I love you. I love you so much. On the first newspaper that I have today, ladies and gentlemen, is the People Daily. Of course, on the first page, if at all you'll have your own time and go and pay a visit over there, is that TSC on the spot of shillings 149 billion insurance cover. So this one has also been addressed on the same. City Lawyer reveals how Minute Insurance Brokers Kenya Limited illegitimately transformed itself into an underwriter, thereby denying teachers full value of the multi-billion shillings contract that had been made in a few years then. You saw the previous day on the same newspaper, teachers came into the public saying that they really need to be supported, particularly the head teachers of primary and junior secondary schools across the country. They say the head teachers needs promotion on various departments with relation to the amount of money that was allocated before under the MOU of 2021. So this is an issue that has also been addressed over here. The government says through the Ministry of Education, TSC, that there is no money to be given upon the same conduct. That has also been shown on the same page. This is alleged that 149 billion Kenya shillings that was purported before is not in the national treasury, and the teachers need to take back on the drawing board. On the same page, only a minute of 2.6 PC of the premium is remitted to the risk carriers in the Codium at concerned insurers and insurance committees across the country. So the committee that deals with the insurance across the country as at the moment is giving the first hand to all departments, all the ministries, and even the non-governmental organizations to ensure their properties. This will embrace the need of sustenance of their properties, and in case of any risk that will be embodied, then they are going to be encountered for. So that has also been addressed on page number 1 of the daily, the People Daily, of course. On the second page of the People Daily, ladies and gentlemen, a number of issues are here. Still is on the crisis that the Kenyans have had on the health department, where doctors have been out for now more than 4 weeks' time striking. They say they must be now given their time and the agreement that was accrued before being implemented. That's when they will get back to job. That has also been addressed over here, and I think if you will have time, you will go and see into detail. Now, MPs reject President Ruto's Consular General nominee to the RC. So we are told that the MPs have rejected the proposal that Dr. Samuel William Ruto, the president, accrued that a House committee has rejected what he said. I said that the nominee for the political of Consular General to go and represent them at the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's see what's going to happen over here, where we are told that the National Assembly Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations Committee, however, approved the remaining 25 nominees who have been appointed to the position of ambassadorial and high commissioners. So they say no, it was not procedural, and they are not going to embark the proposal that was made by His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. Out of the 27 nominees for various positions, 25 were approved, 1 dropped, and another, former West Mugirango MP Vincent Kemosi, declined the nomination as Kenya's High Commissioner to Ghana, citing personal reasons on the same. Now, he said, no, as the MP of Mugirango, I'm not in support of what His Excellency the President is saying or doing, because it's based on a few reasons of which he actually narrated to the public. So the committee chairperson and the Belgut MP Nelson Koech, while tabling the report, pleaded with the members to adopt it following the conduction of the vetting exercise that took place last week. So he also said that it was not orderly, since the MPs, quite a number, just 25, was involved. Around 27, which is the biggest number, were not informed in the process, and that the process was null and void. As we continue, is that in the report, the committee also recommended that moving forward, all consular generals should be vetted before they are appointed to take up various positions to the DRC. So that has also been addressed over there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your time. BTV Kenya comes along with the newspaper review, the biggest segment, of course, on the first session of the program. He said, I beg to lay the report to the Assembly Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relationship Committee. So the Belgot MP is speaking over that. He says that the Belgot Committee on vetting was not well done. So Githinji's rejection comes after he had a rough time defending in academic qualifications and how he made it to the shortlisting during his interview last week. So there was an interview that was carried out last week on whether somebody could fit to hold the position of a representative at the Democratic Republic of Congo. So that has also been addressed over here. So we are told that Githinji shocked the committee when he disclosed that his highest level of education was a Form 4 certificate. You can just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, these are officials as of now. I do not know whether it was just something that or a way through which His Excellency or Honorable Githinji wanted to defend his position in remaining the country. He says the highest certificate he has is the Form 4 certificate, and now he does not fit for the position of a Kenyan representation to the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. So we are again told here, he surprised the public. Not of any person out there have ever imagined that Githinji only owns a certificate of Form 4, ladies and gentlemen. So it's coming to the public as of now that is a Form 4, he has just a Form 4 certificate. And you see, Githinji has been working for his employer, that's the Kenyan government, for quite a number of years. As of now, he reveals to the public that the only certificate, the highest education level he has, is Form 4 certificate. That has also been elaborated over here on the first page of the second page of the People Daily. So as to what diplomatic experience he had, if any, Githinji said, it's only a simple business operating a petrol station that made him to that position. He has been gathering money over here and there in business departments mostly, and that he cannot represent the country at the Democratic Republic of Congo. So should this committee approve me, I will endeavor to go to school and learn about this position as much as possible, Githinji said. It is very disappointing that you did extremely nothing, including filing in the document. It is becoming extremely difficult to interview you because you lack the information, quite told the nominee. So after a very long time, ladies and gentlemen, until Githinji was taken to the interview, that's when after he had delegated that he only has the highest education level he has is Form 4, then the interviewee said no, that is his, the Honorable Quaid said no, I will not be able to interview you since you are ignorant of a few areas on the same. So I may not interview you. So that interview was rejected at that point. That's according to page number 2 of the People Daily, ladies and gentlemen. So questions as UK farm pockets shillings 2 billion for incomplete wells. So there are wells that were to be done, and the question comes from UK farm, and it's that the Geothermal Development Company, GDC, paid a UK firm 2.4 billion for incomplete wells in Menengai, Nakuru County. And now Parliament wants the matter probed, and those found culpable be charged with the same. I think this is now the court matter. So MPs directed yesterday that the Attorney General appears before them to explain how the company ended up paying the announcement to the arbitration court in London. So it's also an issue that is to be addressed in London. So it's not as easy as somebody could have it taken. The UK was given up to 2.6 billion Kenya shillings, but the well were not up to their completion. That's addressed on page number 3 of the People Daily. So student safety comes first. Catholic schools sold. Students' safety comes first. Catholic schools told within the country. On the same page of page number 3, it says Catholic sponsored learning institutions have been directed to take seriously the safety of learners while in school and on education trips. Commission for Education and Religious Education Chair Bishop Paul Njeru yesterday said it is important to implement comprehensive measures to safeguard learners from harm, including accidents to incidents that may occur during school activities. So Bishop told teachers and those in concern that learners are to be taken good care of. That has also been addressed on this page, ladies and gentlemen. So the prioritizing safety measures, schools can create an environmental where children can learn and thrive with confidence, knowing their well-being is always top priority to the country. He said he made the remark to start off the 3-day Catholic Private Education Institution Association Kenya conference being held at Catholic University of East Africa. So the conference is being attended by Catholic schools principals across the country and was presided over by the Apostolic Nuncio to Kenya and South Sudan, Habertus Matthias Maria Van Megan. One-on-one, ladies and gentlemen. It's so fantastic. If you find time, check on page number 3 and you find it into detail. Actually hits back as a PSRA God's remittance order. No, remittance order is here. Actually comes to the public and said, now what was appended before the public the previous days were not in order, and that now the Kotu boss dismisses move by Fazul. So he dismisses move by Fazul Mohammed bearing deductions from private security guards. That has also been addressed over here. So the Central Organization of Trade Unions Kenya, also known as Kotu, has opposed to order to private security firms to seize deductions and remittances of security guards union contributions. Now, you see, it has been all along that the security sector has had insufficient supply of security across the country. So the private firms also accrued to be given the priority over the government remittances, of which Kotu chairperson says no chance for this. The private organizations should work upon their own areas and be independent. The government, even though the security officers are few, the sufficiency is going to be considered later on. That has also been addressed on that same page, ladies and gentlemen, based on the same. So the Central Organization of the Union Kenya Kotu has opposed the deductions and remittance of security guards union contributions. The Kotu Kenya Secretary General Francis Tuoli yesterday said such orders can only be made by the union members or the representative union. So Atwoli further said the union dues received from the private security workers through their unions affiliated to KOTU Kenya is also the consequence of gazette notice by the Ministry of Labor dated September 2, 2016, considering the labor law and requirements of the Constitution of Kenya. So according to the Constitution of Kenya is that the legated point of view, the KOTU deals with the organizations that are governmental. The parastatals that are for just the government are the ones that are going to be considered mostly. But the private institutions, for example, the security firms that he talks about as at now, should be private and independent, according to Atwoli. So that has also been addressed on the newspaper today, the Daily People. Okay, to page number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is that Fire Nakumisha, women's MPs tell Ruto. So women MPs across the country have come together, ladies and gentlemen, they tell His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto to fire the CS Nakumisha. So they say that Nakumisha hasn't been competent in her area, and that's why a number of issues, particularly the striking issue on ducties, is becoming a nuisance to the country. Fire Nakumisha women MP tells Ruto. So the leaders want President sack health minister over doctors' strike and failure to renew Linda Mama cover. You remember the Linda Mama cover during the 29th day of February 2024 was brought to a halt, and that the government of Kenya economically is down and could not have money to support the Linda Mama continuously. Now, these are laid on the CS Health Department, Nakumisha. And MPs across the country are saying now Nakumisha should kick off from the office, should be kicked off from the office, they tell the president. So embattled Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakumisha is yet again on the receiving end, this time from women's MP who told President William Ruto to sack her over the ongoing doctors' strike and the failure by the ministry to renew the Linda Mama insurance for pregnant women. So this one has also been addressed. So addressing a new conference yesterday, the more than 10 women MPs across the political divide claimed Nakumisha had left pregnant women on their own as hospitals are not admitting them to deliver because their card is no longer operational. So this has also been addressed. And of course, it's something that's so touchy. You see, it has been a rumination that has brought the Kenyans ladies into a transformation. When they give birth and then they end up under the cover of Linda Mama, it's so helpful. You find it under the docket departmental that when a lady gives birth, then at least 30,000 is given back for her concern. Let's take this to a layman out there. Where could somebody who is not employed in an organization that is private or even the government get 30,000 for just 1 or 2 days of delivery of a woman in the hospitals? It's a question of which I think needed to be addressed strongly. In condemning this in the strongest words possible, ladies and gentlemen, if there is an issue, not just the allegation that was prior put into the public and that the Treasury, the National Treasury, is not at a position to support the health ministry, particularly the departments like Linda Mama, Edu Afia, among others. If there is then no reason based on that, this consideration has to begin, because it's a department that's so substantive, ladies and gentlemen. There are 3 areas within the ministries in Kenya that are so substantive. Like when we deal with health matters, today the doctors are on strike. All the allegations and complaints are laid on the CS Nakumisha, and they say she's the one who has caused all this. When we talked about Education Minister Machogu, and that the incoming curriculum, the competency-based curriculum, is not taken into consideration, this is another issue that is so substantive and so sensitive within the country. So it means education and health first priority. You remember the previous day, the security sector also had obligations that had to be attended by the government. The workers now are complaining, and now the court officer comes in actually says the parastatals will be worked upon and the private organization should remain independent. And that money is the main issue. It's money, 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 money. Kenyan doesn't have money. That's the only story according to the newspapers that I'm passing through. I'm talking on behalf of the People Daily, not the TV presenter Chen Geoffrey Nyango. As I proceed, led by the MPs Millie Odhiambo, Suba North, Gathoni Wamuchamba, Gatunguri, Zamzam Mohammed, Mombasa Women Representative, and Gertrude Mbuyu, Kilifi Women Representative. The MPs argued that compounded by the current doctors' strike, expectant mothers who are due either in late April, May, and June are staring at a crisis as they have nowhere to go and deliver. That has also been addressed on the same page of number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the short while I'm coming to an end of the segment, but before then, counties breach law by spending more on pay koji. So a number of times it has been alleged that the strips and adventure has been the only sector within the country that takes millions and millions, billions and billions of money. The expenditure is too high, of which the Kenyans don't benefit. This is done by the position leaders across the country in different departments, alleging that they are doing this to benefit the citizens. Let's see what's happening. Report shows devolved units bluntly defy Public Finance Management Act, resulting in high wage bill. So though it is in the constitution of the country, but as of now, we are told the county government has once again come under criticizing for operating in total disregard of the Public Finance Management Act 2012. So the act supplements prudent use of public resources. However, as a result of denying the act, the devolved units are unable to arrest their growing wage bill. So the growing wage bill should be arrested and be unaccounted for. Then they get back to drawing board, so that at least the money that is spent on the same docket can be regulated, and on areas that are said to be suffering because of maybe no money in the national treasury, no money in the county treasuries, no money in the county assembly's treasuries, can be resolved. These are issues that have been also addressed on this page of page number 6 of the People Daily. Ladies and gentlemen, defiant counties. So Controller of Budget Margaret Nyakango has signed out Homa Bay, Laikipia, Siaya, Marsabit, Nairobi, Bomet, Garissa, Samburu, and Narok are some of the counties that have shunned the use of IPPD and continued to use manual payroll. So these are counties that have really tried. They're about how many? So we have there are very few. They are just Homa Bay, Laikipia, Siaya, Marsabit, Nairobi, Bomet, Garissa, Samburu. Yes, 8. There are 8. So there are 8 counties that have tried. But other counties use money carelessly, according to the newspaper that I'm having in here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the core B attributed the rising wage bill to a revenue ratio to poor revenue forecasting that results in overestimation of salary expenditure. So there is a revenue through the revenue authority. The salary increments are just pushed to benefit the Kenya Revenue Authority. That's according to this one. You can as well have it read for yourselves one-on-one. On page number 7 is that teachers' employer on the spot of medical insurance. Teachers' employer on the spot of medical insurance. So this occurred, that is before a few months later in 2024. It was the NHIF, of which later it was changed to SHIF. And the NHIF is alleged to be the original and functional. I do not know where the health ministry is putting this HSIF that was brought in today. Let us see what is done over here. We are told that contract said to have been irregularly awarded to a registered broker instead of an underwriter. So the Teachers Service Commission (TSC) is in the spotlight of an alleged irregular award of the 149 billion teachers medical insurance cover for Minute Insurance brokers MIBK. So questions have also emerged over whether the contract was awarded with all the parties involved in the process completely filing or addressed infractions of the law despite earlier protests by the teachers and the insurance provided offering a substandard services. So I'm trying to imagine, if at all the money is allocated, the busting of money has been channeled into a department, for instance, then you find that the service that is given is substandard. Is it because of the qualifications of the members engaged, or what is it, ladies and gentlemen? You can work out this simple task out there and drop your point of verdict on the BTV Kenya, your home live TV. If somebody has appended and has channeled, the money has been given into an accountability. It has been checked properly. Members have been given positions to work, obligations to attend. Later on, you learn that the work was shoddily done. The work was substandard. You can imagine. That is Kenya, according to the newspaper I'm holding here today with me. So, a letter by a letter by lawyer Wairegi Gatetua to Insurance Regulatory Authority (IRA) through its Commission of Insurance detail how MPs Minute Insurance Brokers Kenya Limited, a successful intermediary in 2022-2025 tender was incomplete. So that has also been addressed over here, ladies and gentlemen. You can have it seen one-on-one. And lastly, over here for our segment today is that Kisumu partners with India to get a sickle cell facility. So the sickle cell facility has been an issue within the country. You learn that those that are not privileged to be born with the same are only to live between 1 and 18 years, if more. These facilities have not been there countrywide. The Kenyan Health Ministry has been trying their level best to push into help of these ones that are born with the sickle cell issue, but they haven't come to their expectation. As of now, we are told Kisumu County comes in contact with India in assistance of the same. On this basis, we are told that a sickle cell management center will be set up in Kisumu County after Governor Anyang' Nyong'o inked a deal with the hospitals in India. Yesterday, Nyong'o signed an MOU with Fortis Hospital based in New Delhi in India. So Kisumu Governor Anyang' Nyong'o has really made it a great deal across the country. In fact, for the first time, Anyang' Nyong'o is bringing something that's new on the Ministry of Health in Kisumu County, and the sickle cell issue is going to be checked upon according to that. We are again told here, he told the Kenyans in his own words that we are happy to announce that the India medical experts have agreed to come and help establish a sickle cell unit here in Kenya. Sickle cell disease causes red blood cells to distort and become sicky and blocking vessels. Nyong'o regretted that so many people have died in the past because they couldn't get proper medical care. So over the years, the main challenge for people with the sickle cell in Kisumu County, like the rest of the Kenyan, have been access to medicine. Daily treatment is needed for people to live more lives when put under the antibiotics to prevent infections, according to Dr. Gregory Ganda, the Indian superior doctor, ladies and gentlemen. And this session of the sickle cell across the country has been an issue, and now the Kisumu County is coming for the first time across the country that the facility is going to be initiated or put in that county. This will help Kenyans across the country and will help those that have been losing their lives or those that have been born between a day and 18 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having regard with me during this big show, the Vibrant Morning Show on BTV Kenya, your home live TV. I'm here, the big boy, call me Ochieng Geoffrey Onyango. Following the newspaper review for today, I know you will have time, find your own somewhere in a cool, conducive environment. Check on through for more detail. Have a beautiful morning and thank you. Goodbye.
The Kuria Nation, ready for this? Knot yourself together and prepare to vote your favorite artist on the Waito Music Awards, happening from 19th April 2024, traversing to May 31st. Your favorite artist will be on the categories, contesting to be the best out of the rest. Grab your phone, smartphone, Mlika Mwizi, and let's vote for favorite local talent to the limelight. Waito Music Awards. We are the legends of Nyanza.